When you start playing the guitar, you have to do that.
pulled some skin off my middle finger. It was like semi-bleeding at first, but then I hit the strings the wrong way, and my middle finger, my left hand started bleeding, and I literally bled on my guitar. But I kept playing, which I'm happy about. And I'm playing a Steve Vai Jr. guitar, and they say that Steve Vai has bled on his guitars, but it might be on purpose in his instance, but mine was by accident. But I did bleed on my guitar today, which maybe that's a tribute to Steve. I love the groove the Matterator just set up. He set up a good groove and a keyboard part, and I just kind of went with it and made up my thing. So anyway, we're premiering the song and video, Kissing Death, today by Prophets of Tomorrow. The Matterator spent an unearthly amount of time getting it together. I mean, we're actually singing out take 122. So we went with 123 and I backed it off, and we're going to put out take 122. That's a lot of time to master the song and versions of it, so we appreciate that. And plus we had a good video for it, which he had to kind of put that together. But all the words, singing, guitar playing, and people other than Pudge, because he's in the video secondhand, because we put him in the background, and anybody can count the number of Pudges in the video, wins one of my shirts. And I don't even know how many there are, because I probably leak it to the wrong person and mess up the whole thing. So the person that names how many Pudges are in the video gets one of my shirts. I'm only going to do that one time. I can't start giving away my shirts, or I won't be shirtless guy. I'll be homeless guy. Anyway, giving away one of my shirts for that. So it's all the music and parts written by me, recorded. The guitar and the vocals and other than Pudge in the video is me. And the Matterator has keyboards, bass if we use it, but we didn't in this song. And he's responsible for the drum machine, which a friend of mine said we should call Bonnie. So maybe that Bonnie the drum machine is operated by the Matterator, so he did that. And working with the Matterator, and the Matterator and I working together is making both of us. Go ahead. The Matterator and I working together is making us both better at what we do, because we're doing it. We're doing stuff that makes us better at what we do. The Matterator is getting better and quicker and more professional and cleaner and tighter with all the things he does, which should go over my head, but that does not make him not valid. And I'm getting better as a musician and artist. I'm not just kicking me when it's time to shred. In fact, I was standing around not knowing what to do and kind of bored as Matterator was setting up the equipment today. And I just for fun, I started counting out the beat, the rhythm. I wanted to analyze the rhythm. I was standing there, I can't just think nothing, so I thought, let's analyze the rhythm. And the rhythm was toot, 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 toot. That's a simple rhythm as far as listening, but it's not simple mathematically. And it's actually it's in 4/4 time and broken down into eighth notes. So there's eighth notes per two measure groups, and so a two measure group is 16 eighth notes. And the first 8 notes are just emphasized beat 3 and 4, 2 and 4, because that's backbeat. I'll explain that in a minute. But if you emphasize beats 2 and 4, that's backbeat. But then in the second of the two measures of eighth notes, it emphasizes the second beat and the end of the third beat and then the fourth beat. So the and is the second eighth note in the two eighth notes that divide the third beat of the second of the two measures. So in mathematical terms, if each of the eighth notes is 8 and there's 2 measures, that makes the whole thing 16. So emphasizing beat 2 and 4, and then 2 and the end of 3, and then 4 would make it emphasizing beats 3, is the eighth notes, 3, 7, 11, 14, 15. And that's not trivial mathematically, and it takes an ear and a mind and understanding of rhythm theory to break that down. And I just do little things like that. So then when he plays a drum beat, and I'm going to solo over it. I'm not just mindlessly, I'm not even just tapping my foot. I can go, oh, he's playing this beat, and I can make it really synchronized with my beat of my guitar playing. Guitar is a rhythmic instrument too. And then I'll go, and he'll play a keyboard part, and I'll think, what note do I think of that? And this time he played what he played, and I thought of E, and I thought, what do I want to go with it? And I thought of an F, and that became E Phrygian. So the whole thing's in E Phrygian, and I go from there, and then we're pattern recognition machines, so I don't just start shredding in E Phrygian. I play a melody that's based on E Phrygian and based on E and F and whatever, and then get that in your head and just put rhythm to it and groove, and then I slide it around and make the melody like a little more complex, but the same thing. And then I'll go into a shred, and then back to the melody, and it kind of makes a little listenable thing. Whereas I think a year ago, all I did is shred in my jammies in my room, which wasn't nearly as musical or listenable, LOL. So I'm learning to be a better player from working with the Matterator, and artist, and musician, and Matterator is becoming a better producer. And together we're just doing our thing. And I have the idea that not that many people or whatever are doing what we do. It's like Eric Clapton was doing an interview about Jimi Hendrix, and he said it could have been anybody, but it had to be him. You know, because Hendrix said it could have happened to anybody, and Eric said, yeah, it just that it had to be you. And me and Matt had kind of that gel too. It's like, I could have another producer, but I would like by a week I'd be like doing whatever I wanted, and the producer would say, see ya. And Matt's been trying to find people to play guitar and for him to give him material to produce, and they just end up falling asleep in the chair or just playing jangling, same old thing, out of time, out of tune stuff, and he has nothing to work with. But together we kind of gel, and I think it's cool. And so it's like having a fifth grade friend that actually is my friend, because I didn't have friends growing up. I had none in high school. And even grade school, I had maybe two for like a week, and that was it. I did not do friends in school, so now I have a friend, and so there's that. See that beautiful melody right there that he does on the keyboard. I mean, it's very beautiful and it's musical, and I can just take off and do something with it and make like something beautiful out of it, you know. And then I learned how to do. I use Phrygian today, Phrygian mode, and so I got better at Phrygian mode today. It's not the typical mode that rock is used in rock that much, and I don't even use it a whole lot, but that does not make it not sound beautiful and not worth learning. So I got my Phrygian down pretty good, better today, you know. So I'm a blabber, so let me just I'm very transparent with you guys, and as soon as somebody tells me don't tell somebody this, the next thing happens is I twiddle my thumbs for a minute and then tell them. That's just me. So I wasn't going to say this to anybody. I was going to keep it as a trade secret. But I have a way with my cord that goes in my guitar, a way of sounding like Jimi Hendrix as far as his tone that he had in the '60s. I'll explain that. I have this curly cord here. I got this from Radio Shack when it was actually a thing, when there actually was a Radio Shack and you actually could go to the store and buy a cord. I did not get this from Guitar Center. I got it from Radio Shack. I may not find another one because I'm not sure. Maybe you can get them on Amazon. I'm not really sure. But it plugs into the cord, the main cord, and then it curlicues and plugs into where your amp or your pedals. So having this cord, something about the electricity going through a straight modern cord doesn't sound the same as the same electricity going through a curly cord. And in Hendrix's day, this is the kind of chords they use. So I use this to give me a Hendrix tone, and I kind of like it. It makes me slow down because I like the sound of my playing enough to listen to the notes, and actually like what I'm playing enough to hear it, and it kind of slows me down rather than just blah, 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 because I don't like the sound. In fact, the Matterator can get me to slow down at times, a lot of the time, just by changing the sound of my guitar, and I'll change my speed or whatever. Not speed the drug, but speed of the music. and to fit the sound he gives me. And I don't just play fast all the time for playing fast sake. And this early chord gives me a Jimi Hendrix type of sound and groove. So he turned the music back up, so I'm going to go back and play a little. How's that sound? Love you guys. Peace, rock and roll. Time to heal, LOL.
Let's do the slow groove. Slow groove with Jimmie Rex. Relax to the sound of Jimmie Rex Wiseman. Aficionado on guitar. Listen to the vibe. Relax. Are we all relaxed now? Our headaches are gone. No worries or thoughts in the world. As Jimmie performs audio therapy upon your ears. Shreds like no other. Makes the haters very angry. Terribly angry. But you can sit back and be very relaxed.
I did a little piece in there. Not the whole thing, but a little piece where I dedicated to Randy Rhoads in my head. I dedicated a piece of that to Randy Rhoads in my head because I did this. Like that. The lick Randy made up and played in Suicide Solution, produced by Ozzy, which is enjoy the new premiere of Kissing Death. I'm very happy with it. It was take 122 out of 123. It's 121 versions before you get to the 25. doesn't even know the song, but that's kind of like it. My voice was aided by taking some throat spray that I got at Sprouts. Just for singers. Might have helped me. Love you guys. That was the bass coming in. Matterator on the bass.
Oh yeah, baby.
What?
We all know everyone showed up.
Wait, can I do one more thing?
Go ahead.
What? Well, let's look over to the sidewalk and take a look, yeah.
Hey there.
Oh, she is beautiful. I'm talking about a Yankee Rose.
We know you're watching out there.
She looks wild. Wild.
Really
Wild. Wild. Looking for, I'm not going to sing the whole thing without the intro right there.
Give me a relaxing
Sing song
break
of beautiful
in
smile, but you guys
space.
keep rocking.
We know you came here, hopefully to see his 7 inches. Or should I say 7.5?
I may only have 7, and Pudge may have 8.25. The only difference is I'm telling the truth.
So you're here for the relaxing sounds. Jimmie Rex Wiseman, he's to relax you on this wonderful Saturday afternoon, the day before Mother's Day.
Reminding me, my mom's not even in my contacts in my phone.
So you sit back as we relax and we make these most beautiful sounds and syncopated noises from this magical instrument. And later on, we're going to strike up his video. This new video is going to go very viral. So you all be around, hang around for that.
We make the Prophets of Tomorrow makes the most beautiful noise in the galaxy. Emphasis on the word noise. But no, it's beautiful.
Biz has joined us.
Oh, we gotta have him, otherwise the whole thing crashes down. LOL.
Biz gives us a lot of supers, you know, we really appreciate that. You're a super fan for us. Real appreciate that. All you other coconuts need to give us some supers over here. You need to pay for your entertainment. So slap this man some cash while he relaxes you with his beautiful guitar music. Thank you very much. Look out for the greatest.
Whatever happened, whatever, give or take, said or done, well, Gymmie and The Matterator and I had a great time tonight. Love you guys. Keep rocking.
Yeah. Get down on Gillette's Wiseman's guitar.
Quite a bit. No, Michael, sweet. Song Kissing Death coming out tonight with video. Love you guys. Peace, rock. Something I'm going to try this, you guys. Okay, look.
Oh yeah. We like this. This is great. Make sure to chuck your pennies in the bucket below this guy. So, what do you say? What do you say we roll out the video?
Peace, rock and roll. Enjoy Kissing Death. Across to tomorrow. Video tonight. Peace.
Yeah, so we're going to be online, and we'll upload the video right now, and it'll be ready at 5 o'clock. Okay. So bring the mic with you and start talking to the camera. Okay.
That was the definition of a candid moment because I didn't realize we were still on film, but whatever. I meant that. My finger got wounded, and I didn't want blood. For some reason, I didn't want blood sinking into my guitar fretboard of, I think it's rosewood. So I kept wiping the blood off the fretboard. The strings can be changed, but I didn't really want blood soaked into the fretboard. Anyway, I'm becoming a better musician with the aid of the Matterator's, you know, playing with him, practicing with him, working with him, writing songs and everything. I think it's becoming more musical, even to me. You know, they used to say in the 80s, I read all the, I mean not all, but I had a collection of all the Guitar Player and Guitar World magazines in the 80s. I tossed them all when I wrecked my room in 1995. I took my whole room and just wrecked everything in it. I wanted to start over. It all represented my dad to me, and I was like, forget this. I started from scratch, and now I own a home. But one of the magazines said that players would always say, okay, I get technique, but now what's the technique for? You know, it's supposed to make music, you know, you're not supposed to just, even me, as much as I get accused of being Joe Shredder, I don't like watching that much videos that just show the fastest guitarist in the world, and he has to fly the Bumblebee, and he has to try to get it to 1350 beats per minute, and that's the fastest. It doesn't really sound musical to me. And it almost sounds like he's just trying to challenge me or threaten me or who's better, and I just go, I don't care. In the end of the day, I want to make music. I want to make it something that's fun to listen to and entertaining, maybe even useful for people that want to gel and get in their trip and relax and space out. I mean, that's a product, not just, I'm the fastest guitarist in the world, let me prove it. I like music too. I'm not just a shredder, but bland and devoid of taste and content, and that's not really what I started out to do, and it's not really what I want to do now. So love you guys. Hope you enjoy the Kissing Death video and song. While I'm talking, I might as well talk. I guess what's the mic for? At the end there, the chords I was playing, they were all the Weissman chord, and I played the next song we're gonna record called Crash and Burn. I just didn't sing it, but there's words to all that. I want to tell a funny anecdote to that, or with that. The Matt and I go out for breakfast before we start playing because it gives us time to chill and hang out, and plus gets us both fed, so we're not like hungry the rest of the day. And I took the words to Crash and Burn with me, that I write down all my words and save them. I took the words to Crash and Burn with me to the Burger King we went. Yes, Burger King is great. And I brought them there so in case we recorded Kissing Death today, I would have the words fresh in my mind. Well, what did I do but leave the words there? And what did the Matterator do but lose his reading glasses? So I literally had to go back over my own recording of Kissing Death that I did a few weeks ago, or maybe a month ago, I don't know. And I had to hear it, learn my words, so I know what the words are. And from that, I even accidentally, or maybe because this all happened, I improved one of the lyrics. It wasn't that good anyway, and I upgraded it to a better one that I wouldn't have done if I hadn't had to struggle to remember them or get them back from the video. So now all the words are recoverable, except I even have one phrase that I like better. And the Matterator made a funny joke. He said, well, maybe somebody can use the glasses I lost to read the lyrics you lost and rip off our song. So they have the glasses to read the lyrics, and they have the lyrics, so some lucky person can find the lyrics and jump it and put the song before we even get a chance and say they wrote it. But it was aided by the fact that they have the Matterator's glasses to help them read the words and do all this. So we made a funny joke out of it. Anyway, let me just put my guitar down. Yeah, I don't rest on my laurels now that Kissing Death is getting put out tonight. I'm already thinking of recording Crash and Burn, and the lyrics are cool, and it's all the Wiseman chord in there, and I got to think of, and I think I have good pattern planned for the solo. That it has to fit the song and has to be good and everything. For guitar nerds, I was the first version I recorded on so far, just on my own. The solo was in E Mixolydian, but I'm going to do a solo that goes back and forth between B Dorian and then A Dorian, and then that'll be the first solo. And the second solo, the same thing, B Dorian to A Dorian, and in between is the song, which is all the Wiseman chord, and the lyrics. And I'm not sure how much I should reveal. I don't even remember all the verses right now. I have to write them down so I can even remember them. But they're recoverable because I could hear what I did on the video and I know what the words are. I just have to write them down. So I mean, often only the first song we ever did, which was "I'm the Crime," was done with me singing and playing at the same time, and I couldn't even hear the drum machine, so I was way off time. Not only that, I was singing and playing at the same time, which especially if you can't hear the drum beat, it's almost impossible to get a good take. But that was "I'm the Crime." But then when we did "Wild," we cleverly, LOL, decided to record the guitar separately from the vocals, and I could actually hear the drums on that song. So that was that. And then we did Black Boy Blues, which I was getting a little better, and the guitar tone was better, and I felt the words better. I felt like it was had more energy, and I actually thought it. In fact, I felt so good and fun about that song that I did before the Matter and I even did it. I had just written it, and my friends outside of Boba Love, it's a place that near me. My friends hang out, and I did a rap version a cappella right in front, and my friends filmed it on my channel and put it up. I think they took, so, and it was cool. It holds its own as a rap song because it's very, I'm a black boy, I got no joy, I'm a black boy, just to play, it has kind of a rap sense to it. But with the guitar, it comes like rap, punk, rock, I don't know, something like that. And then up into date, the Matterator's masterpiece was the fourth song called "War," which taught the Matterator a lot about production. And not only that, I'm just talking, but the interesting thing about "War" is that there is no keyboard in that. All the sounds that aren't me talking or singing, or Winston Churchill's voice talking, or the drum machine, and I think there's bass in the song, but that's it. Everything else is guitar. So all the sounds that sound like war and sound like bombs going off and guns being shot, that's all done on the guitar. And I think people think, oh, it just sounds like weird electronica, and who cares? And what's it got to do with rock and roll guitar? The fact is, I play all the sounds that I didn't just identify are all the guitar. In fact, the Matterator just got me in the studio 666 here and said, Jimmie makes sounds like a gun's going off and bombs shooting or whatever. And I just did it. I did it for like 10 minutes, made some noises. In fact, I'm going to break protocol here. Something tells me to do this, unless the matter stops me literally. I think this guitar is live, so something told me to do this. I'm gonna pretend, even though this is not gonna go down on any of our songs, that the Matterator just told me, make noises like bombs. And this is a high challenge because, first of all, I asked myself to do that, and second of all, if I screw it up, you're all gonna say, yeah, right. Let me just try to do some sounds that I might have done for that. That, and I don't know what I just did was a good sound, with the sound I have, and it was just, I did that probably longer than I just did, but I'm showing you the gist of it. And I just did noises like that, and the Matterator got it on his recording and just did it with War, and all the bomb sounds and the War disturbance is all just me on guitar like that. And it's not traditional guitar where I'm playing chords and playing solos, but it's all guitar sounds. So. That's cool. I even talked to the Matterator sometimes about thought that, well, Brian May and Queen, they used no keyboards except when Freddie played piano. Except for that, all the noises that came out of Queen that weren't obviously Freddie's piano were Brian May's guitar, and he didn't get credit for that in his day. People thought, yeah, whatever, just synth stuff. But people look back in time, like in the 80s and 90s, oh my gosh, that was just Brian May. I don't know how he did some of it. He would do, when they do, they do a song, I think it's off, oh gosh, I don't know what album, it's off Jazz maybe, or maybe it's Queen 2 or something, called Get Down, Make Love. And I related to that song.
What? Sorry.
It was called Get Down, Make Love, and in the solo section, there's this weird, otherworldly, ethereal, weird set of noises, and it's all Brian May, no keyboard. And I'm not saying I'm him, of course, but War is all my guitar. It's not keyboard, synth nonsense, so love you guys. So then our fifth song brings us to date, Kissing Death. I put my...
I'm going to download some more drum loops too. What was
that? Yeah. Kissing Death started with just the title. I just thought Kissing Death was an interesting metaphor for someone that's on the verge of not wanting to live. And I don't feel that way because I'm healthy and happy, but I can imagine it. And I have had dark times. And I just kind of went there and thought that was a cool way to put that. And then for a lot of it, I made up just what I would feel or say if I was really feeling that. And a lot of it was stuff like, I'm kissing death, can't catch my breath. I'm kissing death, can't quit this meth, referring to crystal meth. And I'm trying to remember. I think I started out with the lyric, I can't catch my breath. I can't quit this mess or something. It was something not meth at first, but then I thought, wait a minute, meth rhymes with breath and death. Mess doesn't. So I'll just go ahead and say meth. And people, haters, accuse me of perhaps drugs and things. Well, so I just went with it. I said, well, then fine, I'm going to play that part, and then what are you going to do? Tell me that I played the part too well? Because first of all, I don't do meth, but I played the part of it, and so at the very least, if I do meth and I'm lying, at least I'm owning it, at least I'm writing about it and showing myself doped up out of my mind. At least I'm not hiding it, at least I'm being transparent. And if I'm telling the truth and I don't do meth, then I'm doing I'm doing good acting and writing a good song for those that you know that can hear the drama in that and think of whatever. So I'm either confessing up or I'm a good actor. So take your pick. Either way, I'm not in the closet doing meth, and gosh, I hope nobody finds out. No, and no. I don't do meth, and I'm not hiding it. Whatever. So yeah, and the whole idea of kissing death was very, very dark and in your face, and I just happen to know a place in town that's got some desert area, kinda, and I thought we'd just do it in a field. But the Matter and I went down to check it out the day we did it, and we found something better. We found like a dead-end street with a homeless person's garbage, basically. It was a shopping cart or something with a heap of trash, but it was like made up like somebody's home. So we weren't even sure if we were disturbing somebody's home. But we didn't. Nobody showed up, but that might have been somebody's home for all we know. Looked like it might have been. And then the Matterator just started directing me. He said, run around it, do this and that. There's a fentanyl stoop, like when I'm slumped over, that he told me to get into. Told me how to do it. I didn't even, whatever. I did it, and then I ran around the garbage heap, and then I did some takes of me shaking, pointing my finger and saying the lyrics and shaking my finger. And then we got a drone involved. We call it Mona the Drona. And we had a drone filming me, first of all, run up and down the street. It's a couple of blocks either way. And then it turns out on the first take that the drone camera was off, so it didn't get any of that. So it's like I had to do a second take that actually was filmed, and then I wasn't just going to leave it at 2. I did a third take just for completion, and I'm like, I'm done. I'm not doing a fourth one. And I'm good. I have good leg muscles because I walk 80 miles a week or so. But a lot of the muscles I use are endurance muscles rather than deadlift muscles or fast twitch muscles. But when I ran, which I don't usually do as much of that as I did, I kind of exercised my fast twitch muscles a lot, and my legs were sore for like 3 days. And so for 3 days or so, it looked like I had a slight limp when I would walk, but it really wasn't anything wrong. My legs were sore from all that running. But then after about 3 days, my legs healed, and the soreness went away. And actually, then I actually feel my legs are even stronger somehow. Like if I had to run again, it wouldn't be as much of a problem. But there's that. And now the Matterator knows how to use the drone better. We used the drone today at my house to film us overhead from the drone for an intro video. And and it didn't take him as long to get it together this time because he knew how to use it from last time. The Matterator has a technological side to do the drone and all that, and he even said, and I agree, he said, am I the badass producer? I have a drone, and he's right. What producer would have a drone to use? That's just crazy, so he's great with that. And other things he does with the technology of everything that I don't even understand. He knows about wave file theory and compression theory and oh gosh, if I can remember some of them. Wave cancellation, EQing, like there's ways of EQing. There's like bandwidth EQing where you do this and that with this frequency range, and there's things where you make waves either cancel each other out or add to each other and spike, or vice versa, or neither one, and just it's crazy. And he did 123 takes for Kissing Death, and he picked the 122nd to go out to send for the official version. So great job on him. And on my part, the Matterator likes how malleable and clay-like I am when it comes to getting me to be in character and do things for the videos and stuff, because I don't think twice. He just said run around the heap of trash, and before he even finished saying it, there I was running around it. I I have Asperger's syndrome, so I don't have a filter that a lot of people have of, well, I'm not going to run around trash. What are we even doing in this alley? What if I get jumped? What's going on here? I didn't do any of that. I just ran around the trash, like he said, and ran up and down the street. I'm literally running in a street with a drone overhead filming me like it's chasing me, and even a car, two or three cars went by, and I didn't even hesitate or flinch. I just kept running up and down with a drone overhead filming me, looking like it was chasing me. Not everybody would just drop everything and do that, you know. But I'm transparent. I don't have a lot of filters that a lot of people normally have or whatever. And I just ran up the street with a drone overhead, looking like it was chasing me, and I'm fine. I'm cool. Let's do a video. So, advantage for art and for rock and for videos, and it's a disadvantage sometimes in dealing with people that are more reserved, that make up the majority of people, that make the rules and laws or whatever it is they do. Establish status quos and establish normalcy. And I'm not so bad I can't function. I'm not way off the Asperger's syndrome. I'm just well along it. And so I can function. I'm just a little socially offbeat sometimes. But then again, I'm not socially untalented. I'm very extroverted. I'm very engaged with my process when I talk to people, and I'm very genuine. I'm transparent. I don't hide things. I just don't have the normal filters a lot of people have of, well, I can't say this, or oh my gosh, I better not do that, or oh my gosh, what's my tie look like? I'm just out there and just myself. And I don't know, should I go on about this? Because I think I will. Why not? I was just walking around town and I met some friends that I like. They're girls. They're about 30 or so, and I won't say their names because that's not my business to say. But they like. One of them said, "You're that guy." You know, I'm not even sure you exist. Are you the guy that they talk about with the walks around with no shirt? Da 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 da. I'm like, yes, I'm me. It's me. I'm me. And so she said, okay. Well, I said, you want to give me a ride home? And she said, sure. I got in. We had a nice talk, and I really like her. And she took me home, got my address, even texted me her address. And she has a friend I didn't meet, but talked a lot on the phone, and they're kind of songwriter. Well, the one friend that talked on the phone with me is a songwriter too, and I wrote a song called I Feel that I was going to donate to us all. And the one girl that picked me up kept telling me she was going to go hang out with me. But the first time she couldn't make it that night, so I was going to do the next night, but she couldn't then because of some other reason. Or maybe, and then either then or just about later, her grandma has had a stroke and is in a hospital in San Diego, and she can't make it. And then one night she really was supposed to pick me up, but she wanted to go carpool to see her mom in San Diego. But because to save her $70 of gas if she went alone herself, and I literally just offered to pay for the gas. What if I just pay for the gas and then we can go together? She said, oh no, I don't want to do that to you, but I promise tomorrow. I promise I'll make it up to you. And then the next day, which was tomorrow, which was in real time yesterday, not a peep from her, not a single thing. I don't know what I did. I don't know. Whatever. Maybe it's her. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's nobody. Maybe it's everything. I don't know. But she just totally ghosted me. Whatever. Just one girl. I don't, I like her, but whatever. I'm shirtless guy. I'll be fine. So anyway, but who knows if the Aspie had anything to do with that or blah blah blah. I don't know. But anyway, I love you guys. Peace, rock and roll. Anyway. I just I like giving good energy, and I like that it's affecting. It's like getting around, and it's affecting the world and culture and people, and I love it when they give me say, oh, I know you from your YouTube channel, and oh, we're such fans, and we always honk at you, and there's my daughter just really loves you. Can I please take a picture, or can I please get you for a video and say hi to so and so? They're really a good fan of yours. or even my mom likes you, and so do a video and say hi to her and tell her, you know, nice things, and I just do it. So I love you guys, and um, I'm just happy to do music. At the end of the day, I actually love music. You know, if I didn't love music and I didn't believe in the product I do as a musician with Prophets of Tomorrow, it wouldn't be the same walking around town. It's not just that I'm shirtless and I'm socially a little offbeat or whatever. That itself wouldn't do it for me, and I don't know if I what, but the fact that I'm doing it, not I'm doing it to help rock and roll and bring back the vibe of rock and roll and peace, relative peace that we had in the 80s and 70s. It was a better. We got along with each other better. We weren't just commanded to be 6 feet apart. We weren't terrified of the next terrorist because of some bogus 9/11 thing. We just didn't have all that pressure historically applied to us by those that really rule the world and in power to be in the back of our minds and make us either, in one case, fear each other, such as 9/11, or in another case, be afraid to be next to each other, such as COVID. There just wasn't any of that, and people just were people. And music was a big way to get people to get together, have something to do, and have something in common and talk about. And now they're like, there's no music. There's COVID that keeps us all 6+ feet apart from everybody, which you make a triangle is 666, but whatever. And we have the 9/11 thing to make us think that your neighbor is going to bomb you, or whatever you're afraid your neighbor is going to do to you. It's all bull. It's all bull. It's all designed to get us designed on purpose to get us on our knees, all good and ready for the New World Order, which David Icke says should come out around 2030. So we've got about 6 years left, according to one of the primary conspiracy writers in the world. But he doesn't know, but it's something around 2030, the date keeps coming up. Whatever. We got 6 years, if he's right, to stop it and get people to, you know, politicians can't bring about the New World Order without our consent on some level. We outnumber them, and they don't do anything. Politicians don't even make a product. They don't even provide anything. All they do is rule, tell us what to do, and enjoy the profits of it. So, love you guys. That makes me think, the play on the word profits of tomorrow, it could also be profits like profits in money of tomorrow. I never thought of that till right now. It's like prophets, like people that predict the future of tomorrow, or it could be profits, the ways you can make money in the future, like profit, like in a business. I just now thought of that. That's interesting. Anyway, either way, you can tell when we write it, it's profits, as in people that predict the future or help the world. But if you just say it, it could be profits, as in money. Anyway.
Well, I get it. This is the premiere. This is okay, I get it. Instant premiere. You got me smiling, that's a good thing. You did great, man. How did you think my hands affected it? I'm not even sure you knew that. I'm not even sure those were the notes I knew you playing. But you made it look like it is. If it isn't, explosive there? You got me focused on something that isn't there, just to look like it. Running on the track. I did that like in a drop of a hat, didn't I? Running down the street, chased by the drone. You got the solo right on it, kid. Oh. Look at the red coming through. And I love that ending. I don't know who did that, but that was cool. We got ended. The red. God, this footage is depressing, God, isn't it? So we got, what is it? Something, man. Something. Yeah, that's good. He just didn't do it. Actually, it's interesting that it's a different time, it's a different place, so it's just cool. One person goes wrong. Look crazy, dude. People are so cool, man. It keeps you engaged. It must be just very intimate. Right on. Actually, a car came and we kept it in the footage, didn't we? That's cool. I look like a merchant. Yeah, huge. Look at it. So it's been synchronized. You did synchronize it perfectly, dude. You told me to do that. So that I didn't put it in my arm. See? That's perfect, dude. And you can always take footage out, you just can't add it, right? Yeah. You can always take things out, but you can't. That's why you did as much as you did. Yeah, you did. You did. And I could already tell if I'm playing the same part because that's heard you. Yeah. You told me to do that, remember? Yeah. Really? Jeez. Fortunately, my ass isn't moving as much as I thought it would be. You did a good job of that. You did too much of that. Because church companies have been mistakes. People at the end is so cool. I went up and down that street 3 times. And the drone, you can see the drone coming after me. That's what it looks like. The drone's gonna get me. Look, man. It'd be funny to see what sort of comments you're doing. So let's see if it's going back live again. Oh, I'm done. I'm ready to just end the live there. I'm done. But I'll do it necessary for the product. But yeah, we're in. We're in. Oh, we're live right now? Good. Okay. Well, I'm good if we just, what a minute. We can be done. I've got 3 more loops to go. I've got coffee coming here.
So we keep going live?
We're still live.
Okay.
What's funny is it interrupted our live,
Yeah,
and then went right back to our live.
that's cool.
So you're on still.
Can I play acoustic guitar for everybody?
I'm going to
Well,
grab
you just talk. You can just hang out.
Well, okay, no, let's talk.
Matterator's just going to chill and hang out, watch us hang out. We're good, we're good.
Yeah. I think I had those
Guitar for now.
Let me get the show over here. This is the show. You a show, which I'll get. Do it for you. Your show. Drop a kid over there somewhere. And you can do some talking now. You didn't have to say that. So, it's you and the conversation. Chill with you and talk stuff. Move this guitar so.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I almost dropped it. Did you guys see that? That's quick to see. It's better there. Oh. Luckily, somehow we don't have anything on record, If it's a
Let's go with this thing here.
yeah. This. We're good.
Testing, testing. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, you talk some.
Jimmy's throat's getting all scratched up.
Well, actually, let me talk about that for a second. I said Jim's going to talk and I'm talking. I got some throat relief spray and sprouts. Supposed to help me. You know, did I help you? You already did. Cool. Alright.
All right. There we go. Just want to make sure we're live here in our spaceship. See if we can hear it. It's because you hear the speakers. Yeah. Testing, testing. Testing, testing.
You can do that.
Yep. You just have to put your... So has any of you watched the video yet? No. Hello. So it'd be good as we have some in Discord hop on.
There you go.
More people on chat. We'll have to- if no one's live, hold on a second.
I'll talk about something. I you know, something I have, interesting anecdote I have here. I have 3 Jim Jr. Steve. Oh, I have 3 Jim Jr. Steve I Ibanez model guitars. They're not called Steve I model, but they're called Jims, and then I have 3 Jim Juniors. The interesting thing about that is the way Steve I got around to designing those for Ibanez is that in the Eat 'em and Smile tour, when he was touring with David Lee Roth band, somebody came in and stole those guitars. And so he had to start over. He didn't even have a guitar. He had no guitar, so he went to Ibanez and had them design the Jim guitar. So something negative like having all your guitars stolen. He had one called the Steve I guitar. He had a fire guitar, looked like fire. He had so many cool guitars, but the setback of losing all his guitars actually made him step forward. And now to this day, Jims are the best guitars in the world in my book, and I own 3 of them, and none of that might have existed if he hadn't lost all his guitars due to theft. So it's just a thought that sometimes even things that seem negative or like setbacks can actually help and push you further along than you were in the first place. Just like I left the words to the next song we're going to record, which is going to be called Crash and Burn. I literally left the words in Burger King this morning. Somebody could already have those lyrics and be writing them or publishing them, or God knows what they're doing with them, or maybe they'll just be in the trash. But I had to make sure I could hear them off my recorded version so I could not lose them, because I don't remember all, especially the verses. So I heard it over several times to see if I could hear the lyrics, and I finally could hear all of them. But then because of all the process of that, I thought of one with lyrics that I made better. And I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have thought of making that lyric better if I hadn't just accidentally left the lyrics at Burger King. So things that seem like setbacks can actually move you go forward. So that's cool about life and stuff. So. Okay. Keep talking. I can't hear anything, but okay. That sound. Sound okay? Keep talking. Okay. How you guys doing? I don't know. Oh. Check. Does it sound good?
Trilogy, also tuned to E flat. And then he did Odyssey, which he kind of started to go too commercial for me, like he was singing too much and trying to make pop songs a little bit, and I didn't really like Odyssey. But then again, what's funny about that is he didn't like it either. He didn't even like Odyssey. I think someone told him maybe to go that way, and he just had to do it. And then after that, I didn't really follow him after that. I just like the first, what did I say, 3 albums, Rising Force, Marching Out, and Trilogy. And then I didn't talk about Jimi Hendrix tuning to B flat though. Jimi Hendrix always tuned to B flat throughout his whole career, and again, I like the first 3 Jimi Hendrix albums the best. I like RE Experience, the first one, the first album, then Axis Bold as Love, and then Electric Ladyland. Those were the first 3 he did, and those are the 3 that I love. After that, he started getting trying to change the number of people in the band and trying to change the band lineup and wanted to do more something else. Maybe it was more soul music. I don't know. It wasn't just straight. It wasn't as rock and roll, and it was more like he was trying to. It sounds like that. Honestly, I don't know if the drugs were affecting him. I don't know, but he did Band of Gypsies, which was all right, but not great. And then he started doing. He did Cry of Love and. What was the other one like that? He did. I have basically almost photographic memory, but I'm not to forget. Cry of Love. What was that album called? It's called something. Kiss the Sky. That was one. He did one called. I don't know. But he started spacing out, and I didn't like it as well, and I stopped following some of that as much. Anyway, the other guitarists in the 80s often would tune to E
flat, and to me, it has a different sound, and it makes the strings looser, which not only affects the sound. I think it makes the guitar easier to play physically, which not only again affects the sound, but makes you able to play faster. I have a feeling. Right. Okay, we're just sitting here talking. I'm gonna go talk about something. Oh, yeah. Let me out here. I feel like a stand-up comic that's got a tough crowd. LOL. I'm just kidding. I love you guys. Oh, I want a coffee too, dude. I didn't disagree with it, but I like coffee. I want a separate one. Now, once again, I'm not sure if I'm talking or not. Okay, I can be divergent in my topics I choose to think of. It's just whatever pops in my head. But I want to tell a story. Stories are important, and I'm too genuine to make stories up. So if I tell a story and say it's about me, it's likely I'm just telling you exactly what happened. It was 1997. I was practically I went from car to car and couch to couch in Santa Monica, California. Dude, I don't know if I can do that. I didn't mean to make you drop yours either. Sorry. Okay. Anyway, and I got tickets. I got tickets to see Alan Holdsworth play at the Catalina Bar and Grill in Hollywood, California in 1997 or 98, something like that. I didn't mean to make you drop your coffee. Sorry. And I was walking then too, but not as much as I do now, not on the level I do now. But I couldn't walk from Santa Monica to Hollywood, so I took the public bus, and I can't predict when the bus is going to get there, so I just got there earlier rather than later. I played it safe and got there like 2 hours before the show started, and I was the first one in that bar and grill. And guess who the second, rhetorical question, guess who the second person was at the bar and grill? It was Alan Holdsworth. I don't know how to make this shit up. Sorry, I just don't. Alan Holdsworth came in. He stands about 5'7", 5'8", so I'm an inch or two taller than him, but whatever. Comes up with a guitar that's not even in a hard shell case. It's literally in a soft shell case. The guy's God on earth on the guitar, and he doesn't even have a hard shell case. I mean, whatever. He just comes right up to me, or I'm the only one there. He comes up to me, and we just start chatting. We start talking. I'm talking to Alan Holdsworth one-on-one in 1997 or 8. And I just started talking about one of the music theories I had, and I asked his advice. I explained it to him, and he gave me that enigmatic look he gets. He just looked at me, the same look he gets on his own videos when he's instructing or whatever. He just gave me that enigmatic look, and I said, "Well, what note should I make 0, Alan?" I never called him Mr. Holdsworth or any of that crap. I just called him Alan. I didn't think and he said D. I would make it D. And to this day, he has a point. It's like that turns out to be the most right answer he could have said. And I didn't really realize that till about 2 or 3 years later, and I started realizing he was right, and it actually did help that he said that to me. And then here's the follow through. Oh, and in the concert, of course I stayed for the concert, dude. I actually was brave enough to yell out in the middle and in between songs, "Do you do requests?" I actually yelled that out right in between songs, and there was no answer. So I said, "Shallow Sea." That's a song off the 1982 album IOU, self-titled Black Album. Not like Metallica Black, but it's just a Black album that said IOU. And within that quick, like within a second or second 0.25 seconds, any reference to Pudge? No, second and a half, they just started playing it just like that. A second or two after I said it, they were already playing it, and in perfect timing, perfect sync. No eyes, no acknowledgement, no shrugging the shoulders. That quick, they started playing it. My suggestion, and after the concert. No, of course, I didn't have one-on-one time with Alan anymore because now the concert was happening. But after the concert, and I'm leaving the concert, some dude comes up to me and says, "Wow, you got guts to do that, dude. Cool that you can do that." Like I had guts to shout that out, and he did my suggestion within a second or two after it came out of my mouth. And then that's still not the end of the story. You meet Alan Holdsworth, and I was only what was I 20. Was I 30 years old? I don't know, like 30 years old, 31? Yeah. Well, there's that. Wow. That would be something. Very unlikely, very like one yeah. It was one that another guitar player would like. Most people around me probably didn't even know what the heck I was saying, but Alan did, and he played his own song. Anyway, that's not the total end of the story, though. You meet Alan Holdsworth, it doesn't just end in 3 hours, LOL. My dad, a great man himself, but not in guitar, of course, had to counsel me through the come down from that, because I couldn't process that I'd met Alan Holdsworth. I could, but it was overwhelming. It's like if you met Bob the Alien, you wouldn't just walk away and say, "Well, what's up for dinner?" It would affect you. It would move you for a day or two or whatever. And I couldn't just come back to regular life for until about 3 more days. And my dad helped me talk me through that. He just said, "He's just a man, Jim." He kind of aided me in coming down from having met Alan Holdsworth. So I haven't gone to all the concerts. I haven't gotten high in my life like most people would say that they went to see Van Halen and were high, or they went to Black Sabbath and they saw they maybe even were better than that. What if you were at the 1967 Monterey Pop Festival that introduced Jimi Hendrix? You could say all that, and you could say You were there at that concert, and you could say you were drugged up or whatever. But my story is that I didn't even just go to a concert, and I didn't do drugs. I talked one-on-one with Alan Holdsworth, and that's my story. And I have others like that. I have others, but that takes the cake. I met Paul Gilbert at a clinic in 1988, so about 10 years before Alan. So I was like 20 or 21, and Paul Gilbert did a clinic at this music store where I grew up. Frank Mbali did. Michelangelo Beto. I met all these people. Phil Collen from Def Leppard. And what's funny about the story about meeting Paul Gilbert, and I don't know how I could make this up. I mean, I'm just not that creative at remembering enough to say this again. If I just made it up, I'd have to remember exactly what I said. It would be kind of hard. But I was standing in front of Paul Gilbert, 1987 or 1988, and he's signing his picture and autographing it to me. And Pete, the owner of the guitar store, he owned it when I was taking lessons. He's about 30 feet away from Paul and I, and he goes, "Hey, Paul," and Paul looks over. And he says, "What?" And he goes, "This kid's gonna catch you someday." And he pointed at me, and I just felt like a ghost, dude. I felt like I just wanted to vaporize and go under the door and just leave, but I didn't. And Paul looked at me like, "Oh, is that?" He didn't say anything, but he looked at me like, "Oh, is that so, kid, huh?" But that actually happened to me. So I don't have big concert stories. I don't have big, like, I was at the US Festival, and I saw Quiet Riot and Ozzy and Van Halen, and boy was I cool. But I have some one-on-one meeting rock stars and stuff that are really cool too, I think. And then this is another one. Same person as I started with, but a different example. I met Alan Holdsworth twice in my life. I told you about the first one, but the second one was in 2003. It was at the Baked Potato or the Brick by Brick or some place like that in San Diego. And I had concert tickets. And we actually came early to my friend Marcia and I actually came early to that show too. But I was impatient and didn't want to sit there with nobody else there, so I said, "Let's just walk up and down the street and come back when they're and come back then." But we left and came back, and all of a sudden there was a lot of people there, so I probably might have missed a chance to see Alan one again. But I didn't care. I don't know. It didn't happen that time. But what I didn't do is after that show, because that was in San Diego show in about 2003, so like 20 years ago. A group of people were around Alan. And he was talking and everything, and I chimed up around I said, "Hey, Alan, I said when I was a kid I knew all your solos, and then I forgot them all." And the rhetorical question, you know what he said next? He says, "Yeah, I forgot them all too," and everybody laughed. And to this day I thought, man, he got my punchline. But then again, he's Alan Holdsworth. I think he deserves it. So he kind of made a joke out of what I said, and he got the punchline. I just did the delivery in that case. So, but that's the second time I met Alan, but it wasn't one-on-one that time. So, and I'll tell you another thing. I also at the Brick by Brick or the what do they call that in San Diego? The old concert, Brick by Brick, and there's the gosh, my memory. What was it called? I can't. Something like that. One of those concerts in San Diego places. I also went to see Steve Vai at the end of his Real Illusions Reflections tour, which was also in like 2003. It was one of the last shows he was going to do with the Real Illusions Reflections album. And I was close enough for him to do this. I was watching Steve Vai play, and with the same friend that took me to the second Alan Holdsworth concert. She was the one that took me to the Steve Vai concert. And Steve Vai, I was there. I was the guy with my arms crossed, looking at him like I'm there to learn, and I'm there to compete, and I'm there to measure, and all that kind of nonsense. I was that guy in 2003, going to a Steve Vai concert. So Steve Vai took his time, and energy to come up near me. He shook hands with everybody around me. Literally, there was like 5 people around me, and shook hands with every one of them, and then deliberately did not shake my hand, and then walked away. Basically saying, I unshake your hand, whoever you are. I shake hands with everybody around you, but I did not shake your hand. It was like, and I don't know what it meant exactly, but it could have been like, yeah, you're that guy that with your arms crossed, you're the folded man. And he said, well, screw you, kind of thing. But it was all right, That's interesting, though. He noticed me, or he wouldn't have done that. So it was like noticing me by not shaking my hand. So there's that. I got coffee down here. Let me drink that. So my left middle finger isn't bleeding anymore. It's healing, but I had pulled some skin away from my left middle finger a few days ago, and it made a near bleed, but not. And I was playing today, and it hit the string the wrong way and started bleeding all over my guitar. But now it's not bleeding anymore. It's clotted up a little, so it's starting to not bleed and stuff scab a little. So it's better, not bleeding now at least. I just now thought of this. This is how slow I am at some things. I'm James Rex Wiseman Jr., I'm Jimmie Jr. or Jim Jr., and I play Jim Jr. guitars. Only difference is the E versus the I. I'm Jim Jr. and I play Jim Jr.'s. I just now thought of that. That's how dumb I am.
So there has been a recommendation that you folks need to quit Jimmie for 30 days. It's a 30-day challenge. No, it really is. The Pudge has let out a commandment to all the Girl Scouts that they must quit Gymmie Rex Wiseman for 30 days. Do not come back. Crash the channel. The only problem with that is, of course, we just released Kissing Death. That could be a problem. Because that's going to bring new subscribers, people that haven't seen the channel before. Yeah. So any of you big texters out there, I see you guys are texting, want to hop on Discord? Yeah, don't hide behind your texts saying brave things. Yeah. Don't sit there. I'm the keyboard. Type, 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 type. Send. Push the arrow key. Take here with me. Take this. There, I just sent it. Take that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Take that. Take that. Give him emoji? Yeah, let's give him emoji. Give him a skull emoji. Take that skull. Take that skull. It's called live chat, not text. I'm being corrected by an English major. Well, what do you put in it then? What do you put in the chat? You put letters in? Well, I put letters in. I put letters in my text. I'm gonna letter you. There, I just lettered you, buddy. There we go. I don't know what that means. You have to tell me what skull means, buddy. Is that something? Is that where you go to parties and you wee on each other? Is that what you're talking about? I don't know of these things. You'll have to educate me. You're more worldly than me. Jimmie may not get the innuendos, but I do. Yeah, you're talking to a different person now. You better come harder than that. So I'm saying, get on, man. Stop being a little wuss. Get on the Discord, man. We have it right there on the main site. Go. I just posted it on there. Just hop on. You talk to us. It's no big deal. Just a little conversation. You know what? I forgot though. These younger. He sounds younger, right? So these younger people literally just don't know how to talk to people. Yeah, they're behind a screen all the time. They have kind of like this greenish glow about them. They don't know how to talk very well. They're just textures. Yeah, and then they get in front of someone. Oh, let alone like if they got in someone in real life, they wouldn't even know what to do with it. You know what I mean? Let alone talk to them on the phone. But see, we grew up at a time where that's what you did. You talked to people on the phone. My sisters were always on them. Oh yeah. Is this what you're doing when you're crippin'? What is crippin', man? He's crippin'. He said crippin' around Murrieta. He ain't crippin', dude. You think he looks like a crip? I mean, he did put out a song called Black Boy Blues. So, but I didn't see him wearing any gang colors. time. Everyone had it rough. You know. This guy's crippin', man. He's crippin'. Anyways, yeah, that was kind of fun doing that video, wasn't it? For the yeah. Yeah, it was good. We had a good time, just shredding, jamming. You know. Yeah. Well, we'll see. Yeah. Hey, Richard, what's going on, buddy? We're here. It's probably a little bit delay. You can always hop on Discord. Give us a jangle on Discord. Heck, I don't even know if Discord. Well, it should be. Yeah, I'm the only one in the lobby. See if I can join. Testing. Guess I can only join once. Yeah. So, what'd you think of the process of making the video? Yeah. To quick recap, to fill you in, these guys are Emmy birds, onion birds, the end. Oh, gay birds. Oh yeah, it's always self-reflection. They're probably walking by gay bars, going, "Oh, I'm gonna walk in there someday." I'm hearing the oosh, 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 oosh. Well, it's a total. It's an unoriginal phrase. They basically, one of their friends repeated it way back when, and they're like 12 years old, and went, "Oh, that was so funny. I gotta say that. I gotta wait for the right moment, and then I'm gonna say they're gay. I'm gonna reach out and go, you're gay." And he was waiting all week to say it. Well, that dates them a little bit, right? Because that's more older people calling each other gay. That's more, now you call each other LGBTQTA. interesting. We're waiting for some good questions here, other than they're gay birds. So, yeah, I liked how you were pretty easy to direct on it. You know, you didn't kind of a ball of clay that way. Yeah, the video editing. It's funny how ideas come to you. You know, doing different things. You know, see how the so. Yeah, that may go over people's. If people on the chat talking about you're gay, the compression is by far way over their head. Yeah, they're probably unemployed or pounding nails somewhere. You know, digging a hole somewhere. So. Hey, Thomas, he said, I am getting no audio or texting abilities. Way up. I am extremely interested in Cosmic Gymmie new video. Think I know who Matterator really is. Peace. Oh. That's Thomas. Oh, that's your friend. Yeah. All right. That's Tommy Mommy. Probably. So, has anyone seen the video at all? The new video out? The ball players. I guess they like watching ball games in gay bars. The dude's all about it, I guess. Let's see here. We can look at some stats, see how it's doing. Let's see how our little video is doing. I don't know if that's true. Who's this thing? 2-year-old. I'm looking at live video right now of 2 gay birds. So who's worse? The guy watching? Or the 2 guys sitting here? Like, I don't know, if like I weren't into gay birds, then I would probably go do something else, like, I don't know, hop on a motorcycle, go somewhere, go out, have some iced tea, hang out with the family, watch a good movie. But why are your eyeballs coming out of your skull looking at us through a screen if you don't want it? I don't understand. Hey, dude. Another gay boy. Why don't you hop on the Discord there, buddy? Discord's open. I'm waiting for you. It's all silent. It's all crickets. Crickets. Just furious typing across the internet. Send. Furious typing. Matt, you're so unfunny. Yeah, these are the real haters. I don't know if you guys know this, but Pudge has a 30-day challenge out where you're supposed to quit Jimmie for 30 days. This guy right here, not supposed to look at him at all. Okay, he's supposed to leave. And quote, crash the channel. Just leave. You gotta crash the channel. But the problem is that we're gonna put out music no matter what, even if there's 2 people on the channel. Moose. So Jimmie's big, hairy, sweaty, gay balls are going to be dropping like coconuts on your forehead. Making coconut sounds on your skull. So remember, you're supposed to quit and listen to your dear leader. Take the orders he said. Move on. Move on to distant lands. Away from the Jimmie. Oh, come on, guys. HIV jokes? Come on. Really? We're going all the way back to the 80s? Yawn. See you, Thomas. Hey, Joe, what's up, buddy? That's weird. You are definitely not metal. You're basically styrofoam and balsa wood. Well, that could be a good thing if you're floating in water. I'd rather have balsa wood and styrofoam and see him sink while he's hugging his metal beam. Hey, Joe, what's up, man? You see the new video? says, Paul says the gayest would. When you have to explain the metaphor, you've lost it. My guess is that he's from a different country. That's my best guess. It's like 2 or 3 in the morning over there. He's pitching a tent, can't get to sleep, and is going, furiously texting underneath the sheets. I don't know, Joe. I've seen videos. One thing you have to say about the new video is there's nothing else like it out there. You guys can cut down and say you're gay and all you want, but the new video, there's nothing like it. Period. Done deal there. They can't say that that's not Jimmie. Yeah, we'd have to tweak the delays quite a bit. But yeah, it was really challenging. At first, I had a lot of compression on most of the tracks. I have multi-band compression, right? And what's great about multi-band compression is you're able to take the lows and the highs, and you're able to adjust them, custom adjust them. It's almost like having, well, it's compressor, but it's dependent on frequency. So you can take low end frequency, you can do all sorts of things. The problem is if you compress it too much, it can cause mixing problems. Because the software doesn't, every time you tweak a sound file, it can affect the dynamics. When you compress something, typically you are decreasing dynamics of the wave file. So, like I was telling you before, the LUFS standard, for pop music, it's really between 6 dBs, 5 to 10 dBs. Classical music can be up to they actually want more fidelity between 10 and 20 dB, or what do you say? D2? Yeah. Yeah. And that can but anyways, the idea behind compression is you're taking a lot of the finger pricks off of the strings. You're also, you're kind of boosting certain areas, but you're making it richer. But if you compress it too much, then you end up with a mix that's too. It's almost like talking down a pipe, where it's too compressed. Yeah. Yeah, so what you want to do is, I think the best thing to do when you're producing music is to gain stage everything properly ahead of time, which is minus 18, it's minus 18 dB, which on an old analog meter, that's 0 for the waveform. People think, oh, well, you want more dB, but the problem is when you take away the headroom, you take away the dynamics. Because you can actually go minus, I don't know, to infinity, right? Like, but usually it only goes to, plus on the meter, like in Reaper, it only goes to like plus 6 dB. So you don't want to bump up against that upper limit, plus 6. You really don't want to bump up against the top of the song. You want to kind of keep everything minus 18 dB, and then slowly adjust things up from there in the mix. Mastering is hard. A lot of sound engineers will take the sound and then they'll organize it, and then they'll actually send it out to someone that's going to master it. Yeah. Scott said, "Kissing Death rocks." Then we have a Korean guy going, "Maestro." Says, "When you tour?" Well, we just need an official date and time, and then a big fat check to help us get over there. So, yeah, preferably you send both, date and time and the fat check. We cover our costs. We'll be out there, man, with our spaceship and our outfits. I'd like to do Iceland. I'd like to do a little club in Iceland. That'd be cool. Yeah. That'd be fun. Oh yeah, you'd love it. Get some shredding in a small little club. Blow everyone's brains away. Well, at least we have one positive with Kissing Death. We'll see how much traction it gets. It's still kind of early. People usually get to bed at night, around 9, 10, they start cruising through YouTube. Then they get the Kissing Death song that comes up and says, "Click me." They say, "Oh, this is interesting." It says Kissing Death. Let me click on that. Of course, you usually have your standard trolls that go in there and not like it. Which we know the normal troublemakers. He says, "When the tour?" Well, we need a fat check. So go out there. If you own a bar or club. Yeah. They're just, look, people just say, it's funny, there's this one guy I watch that he's actually in San Diego, does motorcycle videos, and he actually had to shut down his comments, and all he's doing is like reviewing rides and motorcycles, right? But it's some huge ego cockfest with these motorcycle people where people start disagreeing with them on how he fucking rides a motorcycle. So, and as usual, and like I told you before, as human beings, we concentrate on the negative, because the negative is what kept us alive. Yeah, concentrating on the negative. So, if you see a tiger running on this, like, oh wow, I gotta get the hell out of here, right? Yeah, then the prey, because you don't want to become prey, right? But then the kids online that also have been beat up, especially if they're from the UK, I hate to say it, but the culture in the UK is to just like beat the crap out of each other, right? Oh yeah. So you usually get like a huge, like, they're just used to it. It's just part of like being negative. And I'm not being I'm not being negative towards well, yeah, just over just and it's like when you go to a big city, you know. Um, you get trans people tend to be more. Yeah, I wouldn't say transient. They're like you meet so many people, you can't be friends with everyone. So you tend to just kind of be gruff. And, Hey, hey, Danny, you missed the video, dude. Go watch the video. We put out a new video called "Kissing Death." Joe's trying to troll, so he's opening his troll bag and he's pulling out. This will be pulled out of it. Ready? Got the nits there, Jimmie? Nits are like lice, lice eggs. Yeah. Nice pink hair comb. Thanks, Danny. Oompa Loompa utensil. Or George Washington. Yeah. It's looking good, dude. Your hair's rocking, man. It's rocking in the spaceship. It's too bad we couldn't jam longer. I'd like to do something more like... Yeah. You're just done, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree.
I feel like my throat needs a rest. Have a good night.
Yeah, Jimmie's voice hurts. You've been talking too much. Did you have your spray at all? Troll to the troll to the troll. Oh man, this group is rough. It's just solid. Yeah, it's solid gay stuff. So I like.
I got a thought on that. If we were gay, if if this dude and I were gay, we'd put a lot more energy into hiding it and not being so transparent about it. We wouldn't be sitting here with our legs crossed and hanging out and chilling like this. We'd all be like, "Oh my God, I can't, let's just hide somewhere else." We don't care. Tell us what you want. We're good.
Yeah, we'd be getting our gay on and stuff, but we're not. Oh, Jimmie, if you were gay, everyone would know about it. You'd tell everyone. God, I got up this morning, and I had this, man, it was really gay. Man, I had this it was like, I was playing my guitar, and I hit the string, and it made me think of my boyfriend's G-string as I hit it. I was like, twang. I was like, wow, man. No audio.
I got another soft evidence that I'm not gay. My dad set me up, and he was a 6'3" Navy SEAL, and he would not have done that if I were some gay kid. But my dad was tough, and he was anti-gay. In fact, I had an adoptive sister, and she was 2 years younger than me. When I was 7 and she was 5, my dad hugged her goodnight and did not hug me. And I said, "Why?" He says, "Because men don't touch men." And I got it right then. I was only 5 years old, and he didn't hug me because I'm a dude. And my dad and I were good friends, or he wouldn't have left me anything. And I was one of the only few friends my dad had probably at the end that didn't have to be his friend. My dad had nothing to do. My dad wouldn't have had anything to do with me in that case if I were. So there's that too. He wouldn't have given me his Navy SEAL dog tags and his Illuminati ring. He just wouldn't have done that if I were some gay kid he raised. I'm not even sure he would have kept raising me. He might have just dropped me off in the road. But anyway, I'm wearing his dog tags and I have his Illuminati ring, which he wouldn't have done. Pictures of our family are on my Instagram somewhere, and it shows him. And look at his eyes and tell me if you call him gay. And he wouldn't have tolerated that in me. Love you guys. Anyway, I had to say that because there's that too. My dad wouldn't have done shit for me if I were gay, dude. My dad would have, shit, dude.
All right.
Yeah.
I think we have the main mic working on the webcam over there.
On camera?
Yeah.
Okay. So we don't have to talk with the mic now? We could just talk? We don't need to use the mic?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that'll work.
Now we don't have to talk with the mic now, right? We don't have to, right?
We don't. We can kind of hear things. All right. What do we got going? says, Jimmie, it's me, Brandon. I finally dropped my album.
Drop your album. I don't get it.
I don't know. I don't know if you sent it. Jimmie, the greatest of all time. Jimmie, remember Brandon?
Yes, I do. You're Matterator's stepson.
No.
Oh, I don't. Then I don't know who Brandon is. I don't know, dude.
Yeah. He doesn't remember, man.
I don't. Am I supposed to
All right,
remember?
for those of you who haven't seen the new video, you got to quit now. Go out, find the new video, watch it. It's like 6 minutes,
Yeah.
and report back to us. Okay?
Yeah.
We want opinions on the new video.
Yes. Not. Yeah. Right.
For those of you who haven't seen the new video, you got to quit now. Go out, find the new video, watch it. It's like 6 minutes, and report back to us. Okay? We want opinions on the new video. And the other thing is, if you're one of Pudge's Girl Scouts, he has directed you to quit Jimmie for
1 month.
30 days.
30 days.
30 days. You are not to do anything with Jimmie. You to stay away from the channel.
Yeah.
You are not to chat.
Right.
You are to not watch. You take a 30-day break. So, I do expect you to adhere to this, as
Right.
as Jimmie is and yours truly is very boring. You shouldn't
Right.
have anything to do with us.
Right, there's that too. I never thought of it that way, but yeah, we're so boring that you might as well just.
That includes you, Joe.
Uh,
Joe, you got to take off, man. You can quit us.
yeah. Oh, I get it.
I know it. You have
You have it in you.
you have it in you. You have
You
the
have
strength.
the potential.
You can just quit. You can just go leave.
You can
Right.
do delete.
Yeah.
Delete.
Then you can do, like, you can get up from
Oh,
wherever
no,
you're
I
at.
just thought of. Can you need the mic?
Yeah, no, you don't need it.
I just thought of a paradox in that. Try not thinking of an elephant.
Yeah.
It's hard not to do. It's hard not to think about what you don't want to think about, because to not think about it deliberately, you have to think about not thinking about it. But thinking about not thinking about it is still thinking about it in a different way, and it's a slippery slope. And next thing you know, you're thinking about it anyway.
We have another person trying to
Yeah.
go. So,
Yeah.
don't know why you call him Pudge. You're not the picture of health.
Who? And first of all, and what is the picture of health? What does it even mean? And who? Okay.
Yeah. I'm 6'1",
Yeah.
188 pounds. That's pretty good,
Not bad.
and a lot of that's muscle.
Right. I'm 5'10", and I'm 174 pounds right now.
Yeah.
It goes to 173, 174. It's somewhere I reach 170, but I'm careful not to get below 170 because then I start losing muscle mass. I'm very.
The silver suit does make me look big, but I have a big rib cage, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
And I work out 3 times a week, so.
yeah.
But, like I said, you're a big man. Why don't you join us on Discord? Big man,
Yeah. There's
big
that.
man, big strong man. Just join us on Discord, man. You can do it. I have faith in you.
Yeah, we believe in you,
But
hater.
in particular, you were given orders to leave. You're supposed to quit this gentleman here.
Yeah.
You're supposed to leave the premises
Vacate.
and be away. Like getting kicked out of the cove. Okay?
Yeah.
You gotta get off the premises
You gotta get off the grass.
for 30 days.
Yeah.
You've been banned.
Yeah.
It's from your dear leader.
Get
Your
off the
leader has
grass.
said that, and I know he's your dear leader because I see you over there all the time with him.
Yeah.
Some dude just checked out the new video. He found it interesting. Rock on, dude. What'd you think, man?
Rock on, dude.
Put some time into that. You know how many editions of that video I put out and had to, how many?
122.
123.
Yeah, you said had to take out. You left the one in.
Oh, that's true.
Okay.
Damn, he's a mathematician, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
Don't screw with me with math too much.
So to come with all the beats,
Yep.
all the video,
Yep.
that took a lot of effort. I
Yeah.
mean, all you fags that are in here don't realize how much effort it actually takes to create a song and make a video.
Yeah.
You're kind of 2D.
That's two-dimensional for everybody that doesn't know what that is.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it took a monumental amount of effort.
It did.
Ever
It
since its inception, you walking down the street, literally
Yep.
like recording it,
Yep.
and then taking the concept, and then all the way to completion. It was involved.
It was a lot, yeah. All started with the title "Kissing Death." That's what came to me, and then I wrote the rest. I wrote the rest around that, and then we made the video and everything else. Oh, you know what? I don't think the phrase "kissing death" has even been used all that much in society in the world. It's a very unique phrase, I think. I did that just now hit me. That kissing death is not something you say every day. How you doing, man? Kissing death. Doesn't strike me as a very common thing. So I think it has, at least it has uniqueness on its side, in my opinion. It's not something you hear every day or say every day or text every day. How you doing, man? I'm just kissing death, dude. How you doing? Yeah, same.
Thanks, dude. Yeah, it was hard to get the lip syncing to work perfectly,
Yeah.
and you know, we had put so many hours into it already. Like, and I had a limited amount of footage of them, so I just kind of let it ride. You know.
As far as perfection in that area, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Right.
you're right. We probably could have done a little better on it, but it gets the point across. You know.
And not only that, a little imperfection in a song called "Kissing Death" is not completely out of order.
Yeah.
It's not called "Kissing Perfection" or "Kissing Beauty." It's "Kissing Death." It shouldn't have to be
yeah,
perfect.
when I filmed it, I had very little footage of him
Yeah.
and what we did. In fact, I was halfway through the video. I was like, how am I going to have enough?
Yeah.
But ultimately, I was able to find enough.
Cool.
Don't forget, we have a contest. There's a bunch of pudges hidden in that video. And whoever guesses the right amount of pudges gets the shirt off his back.
Gets one of my shirts. I will donate. I'll never do that again, I don't think, but this first time I will. I'll give one of my shirts away. I just will. Anybody guess how many pudges there are, I'll do it. I mean, I'm shirtless guy. The word "shirt" is literally in the title of my character, and I'm going to give you one. So that there's a lot said there. I think.
Yeah, and you know what's good about that too? You know, everyone always accuses you of doing drugs.
Yeah.
So we leaned into it.
Yeah.
We said,
leaned into
hey,
it.
okay.
Well, you accuse me of that anyway. Let's just go for it.
All right, everyone's trying to make fun of you, right?
Right.
So we go out and we make comedy. We do things. We do funny
Yeah,
things,
yeah.
right? There you go. We own it now. You don't own the comedy at all.
Yeah, because we
Now,
kinda,
oh, you accuse them of doing meth? Okay,
Okay.
great. Let's do some math.
Let's do some math, dude.
Yeah, so we put out a video doing math. Okay, next. What's next?
He literally told me what position to take and how to act, and I got into character and did it.
Oh, the best comment is someone who is genuinely concerned
About what?
about you doing math.
Oh, I get it. Like they're like, oh my God, I hope you get help.
Yeah,
Well,
hey,
I
get
was
some
acting.
help.
I was acting, so I'm glad I guess I did a good job. I guess you're right. Guess I don't act the part well then, and that's actually a compliment. So thank you for that. Thank you for your good wishes that I get help, and it's cool.
Yeah, so according the track, we actually already recorded the vocals when we filmed the video, and I played it,
Yeah.
but he was singing the different parts of the song at certain times, but the cadence kind of was still there.
I had it.
Yeah.
I had the song in my head with the tempo in my head and the words somewhat in my head, and then when I even ran down the street, I ran in tempo to the song that was in my head.
Yeah,
I
so
took the tempo of the song and tried to make my steps.
but I couldn't like, for instance, when you go to cut a video in and cut him in, like you can't just, I guess in a perfect world, like he saw the guy in the shopping cart that we were there, the little thing later on,
and walked right by
like
him.
that was a live cart.
I didn't even.
That cart was currently employed.
I didn't even walk around the guy much. I just kind of gave him space and walked right by him. About just a couple days
So
ago.
we were like interrupting him. He was probably in the store at the time, and then
Yeah.
we were, that was an active
It was an active homeless site.
encampment there,
Yeah.
going down. So
And
we
I
had a limited amount of time.
and I-
So if he's in front of the cart, I can't record him for the whole song in front of the cart, then have him go behind the cart, and then record the whole song. Like later on, I kind of cut it up and said, okay, this makes sense over here. This makes sense over
We
here.
had limited time. It was getting dark, and not only that, on top of that, there was a relative non-windiness when we recorded it with the drone, and it just was as soon as we finished filming everything, and the wind picked up, which had that been before would have blown the drone all the way out of function. So the fact that we had a temporary. Not only that, it was getting dark, so we still had some light. It wasn't windy, and as soon as we were done, it's like the wind picked up and would have blown the drone 100 feet away. And not only that, it was starting to get dark, and you might not even have got good footage because of the lighting. So we did it we found an encampment, was able to do it without anybody interrupting us, had relative amount of light, relative little wind. You had me willing to do whatever it took. You had the Matterator to direct me. You had a song to back that up as well. The whole thing was like 10 variables that all had to be just right to even get that.
And remember,
Yeah.
I sent a friend out to record him while I was setting up in here
The week
other
before.
time.
The week before.
The week before.
Yeah.
And
Didn't happen.
what's hilarious is it came back and they literally went out to a lot and were just like dancing around. I had them all in makeup and everything.
Yeah.
And I looked at it and I said, what the fuck did you guys just do?
It was just me just
Like,
hopping around
yeah.
in the field. And,
So, I mean, anyways,
The other guy didn't have the vision of the Matterator, and I didn't feel comfortable enough with him to do anything great or unique with it either. And I just kind of hopped around a little bit in the field, and he took it from like 30 feet away, and that was about it, or 50, 20 feet or whatever.
But I'm sure these guys here, man, they could give direction, right?
Right. Or even do my part. If the Matterator told you to hop around a homeless encampment, you'd have no problem, I bet, right? Oh yeah, that sounds like something that would be just natural for anyone to do in this day and age. Right.
Yes, it was a.
And on top of that, the first take of me running up and down the street, the drone camera was off. So I did the first run up and down the street for nothing because the drone, even though it was flying, wasn't filming anything. So I had to do a second and a third take of that. So when you see me running, it's actually take 2 and 3, not the first take. Honestly, I try to be honest anyway, but there's a saying. Honestly, I ran better the first time because I gave it everything. And I was like, screw it, I got to do this again. And I was kind of like not as intense because I didn't want to. I was kind of mad that we didn't get filmed, and I just used a lot of my energy on the first run. So I didn't. The runs that actually got on camera were not the best ones. The first one was, and the drone was off. So we even had to fight that little thing. If I had for some reason only been able to run that one time, it would never have happened because it didn't film the first time.
So someone just wrote in, by far the best music video so far. What a trip.
Wow.
See, so this isn't, what I like about these comments,
Yeah.
these aren't like the standard, Pudge's Girl Scouts coming in,
Right.
trying to, these are just random people from the internet,
Right.
kind of curious, want to see some genuine trash / punk rock type
Yeah.
stuff.
It's
right?
not people under Pudge's camp. It's just
And,
people that.
and that's genuine stuff going, oh, like, I get it.
So
Like
in other
they're
words-
smart enough.
in other
They're
words-
smart enough to get what we're doing.
In other
you
words,
know?
the genuine comments are more likely to be positive than the contrived or the controlled ones.
But this guy goes, I can't wait for the album and support tour. Rock on.
Cool.
Now that could be perceived
As
either way. I don't know this person
cynical,
enough. I haven't seen him
sarcastic.
as like a typical. I haven't seen him around Pudge's camp.
Right.
So I would say that's probably genuine.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't even, you know what, because of Pudge and stuff, I don't comment, I don't even answer my own comments that much. Because first of all, if they're not positive, I'm not going to answer them, and if they are positive, they could be sarcastic. And then someone just says, oh, we were kidding, Jimmie, I don't care. I mean, I care what the response is, but I don't have time or the discernment to
Yeah.
answer intelligently.
So this other person said,
Yeah.
another quality video, an absolute masterpiece, but I personally know that user always makes kind of shitty comments. So
That could
not to be trusted.
Not to be trusted, I get it. Not to necessarily be not true, but you never know. Right.
And Pudge is going at it. I wonder what Pudge is going to think of the video.
Yeah, what is Pudge?
He's
what
gonna
does the
star-
great
he's
one
starring in it.
What does the great one himself have to add to the mix?
There's multiple Pudges in there.
Yeah.
Hold on, I got to approve some more. Pudge is
By proof,
accusing
by
you of
proof,
you-
you,
yeah,
by proof, you mean proofreading. I just have to get that out.
yeah. We catch up on the dealios here.
Yeah. Comments, you mean?
Hands up, don't loot said, well, yeah, it is the best thus far. We see evolution.
Cool. That's nice. I appreciate that.
Just watch it.
Yeah. Cool.
Good to hear him with a full band.
Cool.
He says your legs are stretched, whatever that means.
Whatever that means. As opposed to what, and is that good or bad?
So, Joe Rogers, you're trying too hard to be funny and insulting. The problem is I go through his comments every day.
Yeah.
So I've seen it all, and I deeply chuckle at good ones, right? Like creative comments.
Yeah.
But all this stuff like, oh, you're gay, you're this and that. You're either you're like in the teenage years still, right?
Right.
Or you're just not very bright.
Right.
You're just kind of a dumb guy, okay?
Yeah, there's that.
And I would probably lean towards kind of a dumb guy.
Right.
So, come on, man. You can come up with something better, whatever. Make up some gay shit and then say it, you know?
Yeah.
And then we can
and
all
I-
laugh at
I'll
it. We can all
blame-
go, hey, you know what, that was pretty good. You
It's
know?
like calling somebody you're poo-poo, and that's supposed to be funny because I called you poo-poo. It's like not funny. You have to have product behind it to get it to be funny. You can't just say a insult and expect that insult to carry the weight of a joke and people will think that's funny. It's just not funny. You faggot. That's not funny. It's just stupid. Or you're homophobic, or you're a faggot yourself. Or I don't know what else because I'm not, but whatever. Or you're just a
Well, first of all,
Yeah.
I just to be clear, we grew up in the '80s, and there were gay people back then. There's always been gay people,
right.
and I've had friends that were gay. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I don't see anything wrong with that. Like if someone's
Right.
gay, they're fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
you have to.
most gay people I know
Yeah.
are
Actually cool people.
are really cool people.
Yeah, they are.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
So you're consuming that gayness is an insult says much more about you than it probably does about gayness or Matt and I. To me, I don't know. Maybe I'm tired and I'm thinking right, but it seems like that to me. You're basically announcing I'm homophobic and I think I'm scared of gayness, so I'm going to put that on you. And deep down, I'm just scared of it myself. Well, then you either see it in yourself, or you're afraid you might see it in yourself. And rather than face that, put it on us, and it makes you feel better about yourself. Because that, or you're just a sadist and want us to hurt, and so you just think that saying we're gay.
I got it wrong with this one guy. He said your legs are shredded.
Oh,
And
not
you have to
stretched.
forgive me. I don't have my reading glasses. I left them at the restaurant. Remember?
Right, where I left my words.
And so yes, I'm getting that age to where, like, the small text gets kind of funny.
So, shredded. Well, that makes more sense. I understand what that means. Stretched, I didn't know what that meant.
You're gay to the gay of being gay.
Gay to the third. Oh, I got another thing about gayness. If I'm gay, show me your girlfriend and see what happens. And give me my.
Oh, dude.
Okay, whatever. I don't
Why
care.
are we even?
I don't know.
Like,
Someone else started, not me. I don't care. I'm just thinking of material to say. I don't care. Just talk about
yeah,
something else. I don't care.
it's kind of what they're counting on. They're counting
Yeah,
on
yeah,
you
yeah.
to feed into
The input, the thing. Yeah.
because with
Yeah.
Jimmie, he takes things literally,
All right.
right?
Yeah.
So that's his blind spot, and of course, everyone kind of knows he takes things literally.
So that feels people.
Like
that-
I'll say things to Jimmie, and he'll. Like I told him the other day, hey, we're gonna squeeze people's eyeballs.
It's
He
funny.
didn't get what that meant.
Yeah.
Literally, he
It sounded
literally
like-
thought I was gonna go out and squeeze people's eyeballs.
He meant make them focus on the screen. And one time Matt said, you say potato, I say potato. I said, no, I say potato, you say potato. I corrected him rather than
Yeah.
getting the gist of what he was saying. I say tomato, you say tomato. Not vice versa. Get your shit right.
Yeah. But it's he takes things literally.
Yeah.
The part of his brain that
Filters.
catches like
Yeah.
innuendo and all that
Yeah,
is like gone.
doesn't
Now,
doesn't
on the
function.
plus side, that
Yeah.
makes him great for art because there's no filter.
There's no
for that.
filter. It just comes right out of me, and I do
So
my
that's
thing.
why he's able to walk down the street. He's able to sing his lyrics and do things or dance or do whatever. Like
Yeah.
he doesn't give a shit.
I don't care. I don't even have the mental filter to have it to worry about it.
But it's great
Yeah.
for art
Right.
because
like he already has like 6 or 7 songs to work on. Like I can't work on that many. I may be
Yeah.
able to put like one a month.
Yeah. And I've got like a year's material at that
And,
rate.
and the beat structure, the big problem we had with this song was we were sick of like the generic drum beat sound,
Yeah.
right? And we didn't have like a real drummer.
Right.
So how do I make the drums sound like a real drummer?
Right.
So basically, I had to mix 4 or 5 different beats,
Yeah.
and I had to really concentrate on the beat structure. And at first, when we recorded the song like 2 months ago, the guitar tracks,
Yeah.
he would call me up and go, like, "Have you worked on yet?" I'm like,
Yeah. I was like, dude.
sometimes I listen to the guitar pieces and I go, well, what the hell am I going to do with this, right?
Yeah.
And so I said, well, you know what I'll do is I'll work on the beats first. So basically I worked on the beats and worked my way up on the beats and then building layers in.
Yeah. People wonder why I'm standing. I'm not a fan of sitting down. It doesn't suit me very well. I don't like sitting, and I think I did a lot of that in church and school. You always, every time you go to church and school, it's time to sit down, and I'm tired of it. And I like to stand up and move around and walk around. I don't like to sit much, so sorry if I'm standing. I just don't like sitting that long. It's like, am I in church? Am I in school? Get me out of here. Yeah. Well, when someone has something really dark or threatening to say, they always say, sit down. Yeah. Okay, sorry. When is it over?
Yeah, it should be.
Okay, I'll sit down a little bit longer, but I don't like it that much. I'm like standing up and moving around. So sorry about that. Gotta get a short walk. I gotta get some drink tonight. Man, I don't have anything to drink after this soda. I gotta walk to the store and get some soda to drink. Even if it's dark, I probably have to go.
Yeah.
Can't just have water all day.
Yeah. So you guys are looking. You guys are trying to dig deep in the troll bags, but the troll bags, are running on E, dudes.
Yeah, see, that means empty. I get that. I had to think about that for a second. I thought of the letter E. Oh, yeah, you mean empty. Okay. Right.
Well, you guys have to up your troll game. It sucks. The troll game is really boring.
Really?
Gotta up the troll game. Dig deeper in the troll bag. You're gay.
Yeah, really. Okay, yeah. Whatever that's supposed
Anyways,
to
yeah, this is boring. They're boring us. They're bored. We're bored. Let's just end it.
All right. Love you guys. Peace. Rock and roll. Have a great night, you guys.